Hey y'all, Machine Washplay here, and today I'm going to be ranking every single Spirit Halloween animatronic from worst to best in my opinion. I went ahead and excluded all of the returning animatronics such as Creepy Towering Clown, Twitching Banshee, all those. However, I did include the inbox and online only animatronics such as Michael Myers, Shirley Stab, all those. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 22 is the Gray Jumping Spider. There's nothing wrong about this prop, it just feels very unnecessary. I guess it's good to have more selection with your jumping spiders, but to say that this is a new prop almost feels kind of cheap. It's not very new or different for Spirit. Next up is the static ghost face. I genuinely could not tell you why Spirit Halloween made two ghost faces this year. The second one is an animated one, which is a lot later on this list. But this one just is so awkward to me. There's no scene in any Scream movie where Ghostface has like a red face, red lights. I guess they just wanted to say, hey, it lights up, it makes sound, so it's worth it. I don't really think this guy's worth it. He just feels like a cash grab. Along the same lines of a prop not being needed, being very unnecessary, is the Michael Myers this year. I don't know why we have another Michael Myers this year. We've seen so many Michael Myers animatronics in the past, like 5-6 years, and it's very frustrating because not many of them are good. I think the one in 2010, 2011 was good, and then we just have this, and then all the other ones from Party City, all the other really bad ones. We just don't need more Michael Myers, in my opinion. Next is Night Terror, and to be honest, this prop does have pretty good value. It does retail for $100, and it does have that movement, it has lights and sound, so for the price it's not too bad. But what you do get is a little weird. It has that very awkward head bobbing motion. It has lights, and the sound is just very obnoxious. The laughing is just like it doesn't shut up. It's so annoying. This prop isn't necessarily bad, but it's not good either. I'd say this is the point where the props start to get okay. This is Max Straw. He just doesn't really do anything special for me. He has that kind of Home Depot witch floating vibe to him. He just looks side to side and giggles. Again, this one also has kind of annoying audio. He is pretty tall and his price isn't that bad, but I wish that they would have made him do a little more because he's this really cool, tall scarecrow, and he just looks around. A little lame in my opinion. Arguably the most forgettable prop this year is the Gravestone Ghoul. This is just generic. It's a skeleton guy with a tombstone. He wobbles around. There's not much to say about him. He's not a bad prop. There's nothing about him that stands out as being bad, but also he doesn't do anything exciting or fun for me. There's nothing to write home about with this guy. Giant Death Ray looks like a Home Depot prop and also has a Home Depot prop price, surprisingly. This guy is $350, and I feel like Spirit definitely in the past few years would have charged like $450 for this guy. He's pretty cool. I love to see alien props. He's a very unique looking prop. It's very kind of spooky, vague alien. He's very big, which is a really cool part. He's just gigantic. Nothing much to say about this guy. He's pretty cool. Next up is Barnaby the Bear, and while I do wish this prop maybe looked a little better, I am really happy that Spirit kind of took a risk like this. Obviously with like human props, they can just use plastic for the skin, but they went ahead and made like a full-size bear with fur. I think that's pretty interesting, and I think this was a really good year to use this prop to carry it. It's like this whimsical like circus bear. I feel like it fits really well in the theme, and overall he's a pretty interesting prop.
Hey, everyone! Wanna hear a song? Let me sing it for you!
Bobby Strings. This prop has been all over the place for me. When I first saw him, I was like, oh my god, this is horrifying, and it's perfect. And then when I saw the video, I was like, oh, this is horrifying in a bad way. The audio is really obnoxious. It sounds like a 3-year-old going, Haiti, Haiti. It's so annoying. I don't like it. It's just obnoxious. And considering this thing is 7 feet tall, the puppet being like 5 feet, maybe 6 feet, he's a big puppet. So I wish that maybe he had different audio, but I do think the way they made the strings pull his arms and legs, they made that look really good in my opinion. There's some things I like about this prop, but also some things that I wish were maybe a little better.
Cross the threshold where the dead walk free.
The Cremator had a lot of wasted potential in my opinion, along with Bobby Strings. When I first saw this guy, I was like, wow, he looks awesome. And especially in the video, they make him look incredible. This like flaming Reaper skeleton thing, it looks awesome. But he is a static, and he just sits there and lights up and talks. I wish he had some kind of movement, especially for the price of $200. He just isn't worth it in my opinion. He should have had some kind of movement, maybe side to side. Maybe he could have lifted the skull. They really could have done a lot to make this guy a lot more special.
Where are you?
Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's not.
I know some people are gonna get mad at me when I rank Cotton Candy Dan this low. I do think he's a cool prop, however, I do feel like he's probably the most overrated prop this year. He's cool, but at the same time, like, we've seen a lot more effective, a lot more creative jump scares from Spirit before. I think the face looks good, but I don't know. We need to see more clowns that have unique things going on. I like the use of the cotton candy. I like his whole vibe with that, but he just, something about him isn't super special to me.
Do you want to play hide and seek?
With this ring, I ask you to be mine.
So in my last videos, I did put Emily and Victor together, but these are two separate props that are sold separately, so I did want to rank them separately, and they're actually not right next to each other. There's a bit of a gap in between Emily and Victor. So this is Victor. He's the guy in the brown clothing. He obviously has that cool like head servo movement, and these props, they both interact. I think their sequence is perfect. It's so well done. But something about this guy, he's just not as good as Emily in my opinion. We'll talk about Emily later, but Victor, I wish that he just kind of had more going on. He is a bit cheaper, so I think Spirit knew that and was like, we can't charge the same price for these guys.
This is the point of no return. Your cries and screams are futile.
Now we're in the top 10. This is Demonic Gatekeeper. This guy is a little generic, I must say, but he makes up for it in his price, in his size, in really just his scare factor. He is a gigantic prop. When you see the videos, he's just like this huge, like, half skeleton in the ground. He's Fog Machine compatible. He has this cool, like, kind of flamey vibe about him. I think he's really cool. I considered buying him, but there are a few others on this list that I want to buy a teeny bit more. Next up is Shirley Stab. This one is freaky. This reminds me of a Morbid Enterprises prop, and a lot of people have said that in the comments. Like, this thing really has that energy of like body horror, brutal, inspired prop, and I really like it. Its audio is super creepy. Its face is carved like a pumpkin. It, you know, stabs and it giggles. It's just really terrifying. A little overpriced in my opinion, and I do wish it did a little more, maybe move side to side. I'd be saying that about every prop, but maybe if it did a little more, this prop would have been a little higher on this list.
You kept your promise. You set me free.
Next up is Emily. This is the other licensed corpse bride animatronic. I just like her a little more than Victor. I feel like she just looks better. She has that blue hair, that wedding dress. She just has a lot more going for her, and the price reflects that as well. She's, I think, $20 more expensive. There's not too much of a difference between these two. They're both really solid with their animation. Their sequence is just really perfect in my opinion. I just like the look of Emily and her aesthetic a little more.
Sam! Who do we have here?
Towering Tallulah is next, and I have to say this is my favorite Mr. Dark reskin. I liked Mr. Dark, thought he was really cool. Wasn't a huge fan of Hellspawn, he just looked like a big giant red blob, but she just does everything right in my opinion. The sculpt is really awesome, the audio is pretty good, that scream is great. But with these, you know, huge lunging props that take a long time to reset, they kind of have to have this super long resetting, like ambient audio. And I wish there was a way that maybe they could reset a little faster. Just an idea. But Towering Tallulah is a really awesome prop. I'm honestly not sick of these Mr. Dark reskins. They're always going to be cool to me. Art the Clown is next. This guy is really cool. He moves side to side, his head kind of follows along, he waves, that's super creepy, and he comes with removable sunglasses, which is always a cool thing when there's like a removable part of a prop. This guy just does a lot of really good things. For the price, $200, not bad at all. He's creepy. He is a licensed animatronic. He's just really awesome. The only slight thing I don't like about him is his audio, but for the most part, not too bad.
Can't wait to awaken your fears.
To start the top 5, this is the Ringmaster. This guy really blew me away when I saw his official demo video. He kind of introduces the carnival, and then he leans back and opens up his chest, and there's like this giant projection inside of his chest of these skulls and spirits flying around. It looks super awesome. It's really intense. You just have to wonder, like, did this guy's soul get stolen? He's real creepy. I love the use of the projections these past few years. I think the Reagan Exorcist one looked really awesome as well. This guy's really, really, really cool.
I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy.
Coming in at number 4 is Wanda Webworth. Similar to Barnaby the Bear, I'm really glad that we're getting these like full-size, strange, different like creatures. We're getting a bear, and then now we're getting this big spider creature. You know, when I first saw the name Wanda Webworth, I was honestly expecting some kind of like gemmy kind of countess, similar to that, some kind of like woman in a dress, maybe like spider pattern. She could be creepy, but instead we got this giant spider creature, and I feel like honestly this is better because it's just so strange and creepy. I just really like when Spirit takes chances and takes risks, and I feel like this one definitely paid off.
Nice outfit, pickle face. You going on a date or to your funeral?
Teach a class about slashers, and you still walked into a dark alley. Alone.
I got Ghostface at number 3. This one might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to try to explain myself. When I first saw this one, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. It looks maybe a little cheap just because it wobbles back and forth. But then I saw some unboxing videos and I was like, well, wait a minute. The thing
this
that
guy
really
could be really
sold
cool
me on this guy,
I love that he comes with the
was
2 different
how
masks,
violent
and 2
his
different
stabbing
knives.
animation
Well,
is.
knife and
Often
a
in these demo
machete.
videos, it's a little more played up. We see a prop in its fullest potential, and I was like, maybe it won't move that fast. But in real life, it actually moves faster. I feel like if the knife was actually like a hard plastic, it could definitely hurt someone. I just love how chaotic and crazy that stabbing is. Ghostface, I honestly really do like this one.
Well, you've caught my eye. Don't worry, I'm just admiring your costume.
At number 2, I put Nibbles the Clown. I feel like every year, I don't expect a clown to break my top 5, but every year, somehow, one manages to, and this is Nibbles the Clown. He's number 2. He has that really cool motion tracking technology, so when you're walking, he's gonna follow you. He says, you know, you have a nice costume, let me get a better look at you, you caught my eye, stuff like that. And he has this really unnerving face. He's just super freaky. This is gonna unlock a new level of like childhood trauma of clowns. Someone's gonna be like, yeah, I was at the Halloween store and it looked at me. It was alive. It's horrifying. Coming in at number 1, my favorite animatronic of this year from Spirit is the Dark Princess. I know I said in my tier list video, I said, I've been thinking about it and I don't think I like her as much. Well, I lied. She's my favorite. After seeing the photos and videos of people having her in real life, setting her up, I just know she's the best, in my opinion. She has that really creepy face. It looks like this weird, like, bag angel. It's so hard to explain. And then the wings, they pop up. Her arms pop up. There's so much movement. And for the low price of, I think, $169, like, that's a really good deal for what you get. She's pretty tall. She's just horrifying. I love her, and I really am gonna try to get her this Halloween season. So that was my ranking of every Spirit Halloween animatronic from this year, worst to best. Let me know what y'all think of my opinions down in the comments down below. Let me know your ranking. If you made a video, go ahead and link it. I would love to see it. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.